And it is another edition of Rock Talk right here on CGCM Rock Radio, where we talk rock because that's how we roll. My name is Bob Bannister, and joining us this time around on Rock Talk are Benjamin and Daniel from the band Souls of Steel. How you doing, guys?
Great. Everything is great. Thank you for having us.
Oh,
It's
you're
an
quite
honor to be
welcome.
here.
And you know what? This is a first for us. I don't think we've ever had a band from El Salvador on Rock Talk or even on CGCM Rock Radio before. This is very, very cool.
Thank you for having us. For us, it's also the first time, and we are thrilled to be with you and Danny too. Hello, Danny.
Hello, good evening, friends. It's a pleasure to meet you, Bob, and thanks for the opportunity of the interview.
Oh, you're more than welcome, guys. So, how does a band from El Salvador, by the way, the name of the band, if I didn't mention it, guys, is Souls of Steel. How does a band from El Salvador start doing some pretty kick-ass metal in English?
Well, thank you. Well, it's all like most of the bands. We started a little hearing music, metal, rock, and we all came up together in the pandemic. It was the event I think that united us. And Danny and I are friends from almost 15 years ago, and we always have that driven to, pursue the dream. Make our own music. We've been in cover bands, other bands, but I don't know. Maybe all things come together, and it was that time we made music, and thank God we made a heavy metal band.
There you go. And I have to say, Songs of Steel is a great album. Absolutely love Burning Love, Legends Reborn. But for me, my favorite track on the whole album, Never Ending Machine. I can listen to that song over and over again. That song kicks ass, guys.
Yeah.
So and actually too, though, if we're talking songs of the album, Last Gig really has an 80s Sunset Strip feel to it. Is that how you guys set out to write this? Like give it a real 80s groove to it?
Yeah. Well, the mastermind in the riff is Danny. Maybe he can tell you about it, how he was thinking doing that music. Danny?
Okay, oh, I, I'm listening to you. Okay, I hear your question, and answering that, what we make music in English. We make it because we think English is a universal language, and for metal and for rock, it's the best way to do it. And the song Last Gig, uh, we want uh, to feel this metal of 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 the 80s.
Mm-hmm. And it's a really great song. I have to say that. So what's the backstory of Souls of Steel? How did you guys come together? I think you said it was during the pandemic, was it?
Yes. We had a band for almost like 5, 6 years, but it was a power metal band. It's uh, not related with Souls of Steel. But Danny and I always like heavy metal, hard rock metal, glam, or all those sorts of things. And well, we finally started our own band. It's now Souls of Steel. It was another name when it was born. But yeah, we made that 3 songs. Was
Mm-hmm.
Burning Love, Human Perversity, Eternal One. And we wanted to see the public reaction. So because you have to use your time, your money, all that
Mm-hmm.
all the band knows. And we say, well, if that works, let's do the whole album. And so from that point, we started. And thanks for all the people that support us, and it made us to finish the record, finish the album, and made songs like "Never Ending Machine," "Last Gig," and so on. Yeah.
So where was the album recorded?
It was recorded here in El Salvador, and just did capture the sound, and all the mix and master. It was in Cube Recording Studio in UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we wanted to make the best of it. Um, we heard some songs from that studio from other bands that I follow in Facebook, and I always say I want to see where they recorded, and I always look at the small letters, and that's when I saw that, and I
Right.
write them, and everything comes out.
So Danny, who is your influences as a musician?
Okay,
Who do you look up to?
Well, we have a lot of influence, and my 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 influence is thrash metal, symphonic metal, but hard rock. I like so much hard rock, and this time we want to fusion all these genres of metal, and I love bands like Megadeth, like Symphony X.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing.
And how about for you, Ben? Who are your influences?
Pretty much the same. I could add there Judas Priest, Pantera, Black Sabbath. It's a lot of band, but we always strive for that influence, heavy hard rock.
So what could fans expect when they go and see Souls of Steel live? Like, what's your live show like? Is it full of energy? Is it fireballs and all that fun stuff, or just four guys up on the stage just doing the best they can?
Well, a couple of both you mentioned, because we always try to do our best. It's very, very demanding because we made the show with a lot of energy. I mean, we've been in cover band that you play 2 or 3 hours and you, okay, it's finished. But our set is just one album. In that hour, we are so tired, maybe because we deliver so much energy to the public, and we feel the love from them in the local show that we made here. And yes, you can expect heavy riff, not headbanging, and pure energy, pure energy.
Now, I've been speaking. Oh, go ahead.
It's difficult in our country to do a big show of metal, but we try to do the best always, and we are happy with this job, with this work at this moment.
So you actually led into my next question there, Danny. What's the metal scene like in El Salvador? Like, I know here in North America, it's really starting to pick up again. We're getting out of that pop bubblegum scene, and we're getting back into some good rock music. Is it the same way down in El Salvador? Is it starting to come back into being rock and metal?
Right?
I can hear. I think this is difficult, but okay. I understand. Here is not like US, but there's a lot of people that love metal, and here in El Salvador, the main music it's cumbia, things like that. But what we are is we have the challenge to take metal and to bring metal to people who loves metal in El Salvador, and we think the scene is growing up.
Okay, all right. So here's a question for you there, Ben. I've been talking to some other bands, and they come from Latino backgrounds, and they're now starting to record some songs in Spanish as well as English on their albums. Is this something that you might do down the road? write some songs in Spanish as well?
Yeah, actually, we had the idea to record one song of this album in Spanish because we know there's a lot of audience too in here in all Latin America. But we didn't have much time to do that. But yes, we want to do in the next record like one or two songs in our language because a lot of people also do that question: why you speak? Why did you make the record in English? Why did you do it? And well, like Danny said, right? It's for the metal, I think it's the best to reach a main public, not just here. But yes, we have planned to do one or two songs, and we're gonna do it.
Excellent. I can't wait for that because, like I said, we're hearing songs from The Warning in Spanish and several other bands. I know I talked to a couple bands out of LA, and they were doing the same thing as well, putting out music in Spanish. And you know what? I think metal fans are intelligent enough that if a song sounds good, they don't necessarily have to understand what the lyrics are. If they can still raise the horns,
Exactly. Yeah.
absolutely, right?
Yeah, of course. A lot of bands do that, and people maybe don't understand. But like you said, if the rhythm is good, the feeling is good, you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm a radio junkie. I knew from a pretty early age that I wanted to be in radio when I grew up. Did you know from a pretty early age that you wanted to be a musician? This was your life that that you wanted to pursue?
Well, I think my first metal band it was Metallica when I was in sixth grade.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like maybe 2 3 years after that I saw a video of them with a lot of people on the stadium tour and all that, and I would think to myself, "Yeah, I want to be there. I want to be headband. I want people to see your music, right?"
Yeah.
So that's why, yeah, it might maybe seventh grade was my all becoming clear. So from a very early age, like you said.
Absolutely. And I think we're having some problems with
Yeah.
Danny's connection there, unfortunately. How did you hear my question there, Danny, about knowing from an early age that you wanted to be a musician?
Yeah, we start from a young age hearing music and watching a lot of concerts, and I say I want to play guitar. I want to play guitar someday. I wanna have an album. I want to be in a big concert, and and most of musicians start out when we develop songs through a mix of individual influence. And I think we want to rock every time we can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My English is not so good, but I
Hey,
tried.
that's okay. We're understanding it perfectly fine, and you're doing a great job, Danny. Absolutely. And that's like I said off the top, it's a privilege to have you guys here on Rock Talk. So is there an album in your collection? If I was to go into your collection that and look through it, is there an album that you just absolutely cannot live without? Like if you lost all your collection except for one album, what would that one be? We'll start with Danny.
My favorite album is Peace Self, or who's buying Megadeth.
Megadeth, absolutely. Great
I can
album.
live without this album.
How about you, Ben?
I think I'll go with Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, that is such a great album. Both choices are absolutely phenomenal. So now I like to get into a little bit of a fun part of the interview here. Now I call it this or that. I'm going to give you some multiple choice questions, and you give me your first answer for all these questions. Okay. All right. Okay. So the first question is cassette, CD, or vinyl. Which would you choose?
I think CDs.
I think vinyl.
Good. Right on. Spicy foods or sugary treats?
Spicy.
Spices. Them.
Spices? Iced coffee, iced tea, or iced water?
Iced coffee.
Ice water.
Pool, beach, or water park?
Beach.
No, not even thinking there. Okay, video games, board games, or card games?
Video games. I go with
Video games.
All right. And now, sometime down the road, guys, they're going to make a movie about Souls of Steel. Who's playing you, Ben?
That's a difficult question to.
Yeah, it's a difficult question.
I could choose whatever actor
Well, whatever actor you want to. Yes.
Jack Black.
There you go. That's a great answer.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Now that I think about it, Keanu Reeves played bass too. I'm a bass player.
There you go. There you go. Keanu Reeves. Absolutely. And the boy's Canadian too.
Yeah.
Actually, he was just in the news today. Before he became an actor, he was actually a hockey player. And he signed a contract, a minor league contract with a team called the Windsor Spitfires. Now, he came out and he actually signed a one-day contract so he could officially retire his hockey career with the Windsor Spitfires.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, guys, what's your website?
Well, www.soulsofsteel.com. Easy.
And your social media sites? Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, sorry. You can find us with Souls of Steel Official, the Facebook, and in Instagram, just Souls of Steel. Also, we have TikTok because nowadays it's like trending, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
People can find us also like Souls of Steel. Also on Twitter or X, Souls of Steel too.
Excellent. Yeah. Now, do you have anything you guys would like to plug that's coming up in the near future?
Well, we are thrilled. Thanks for the label they're having us, and it made us known for most contacts, right? So we are thrilled for that news and the re-release of the album. Sorry. And yeah, we are thinking maybe at the end of the year we're gonna have a video of the song because we don't have any official video with us, not just lyric videos.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're aiming for in these 2-3 months. And just that. And thank you all for having us. Thank you for having us.
Oh, and you're quite welcome.
Yeah, Danny.
Okay, Bob, thank you very much. This is our first live interview, and we hope it's not the last time. And we're let's prepare more for another interviews that we have a lot of nerves. We are happy to be here with you, and we are happy that you like our music.
Yes, absolutely. I love your music, and we're gonna keep in touch with Souls of Steel, and because I think we're gonna hear some really big things from these guys coming down the road. Thank you again, guys, for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk right here on CGCM Rock Radio.
Thank you, Bob, for having us.
And thank you, and we'll catch you again next time.